Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rise. We're back here at my special filming spot location because guess what? We have a total redesigned vehicle for you from Volkswagen. What car is that? It's this vehicle right here. This is the all-new 2025 Volkswagen Tiguan. This particular one is a top trim known as the SEL R-Line. But before we get into this new color, new look, and of course we have that 4Motion all-wheel drive Tiguan, let's talk about what's going on here. So lots of changes going on at Volkswagen. There's been this strong emphasis on their ID4, the ID7, and of course the ID Buzz. That's their electrified lineup. But the good news is, for those that still crave internal combustion engine power in their new vehicles, this is where they're going with the Tiguan. Now, it's not just a new look. There's new technology. There's even new materials that the Tiguan is constructed out of. So what I want to find out is the new Tiguan that must-have compact crossover SUV? Let's go ahead, let's dive into ours and find out. Right off the bat, you're gonna notice a new color, and I am in love with it. It's called Monterey Blue. You actually have 3 new colors for the Tiguan for 2025. Monterey Blue, Avocado Green, and Pure Sandstone. Like I said, this one really stands out nicely. Now at the front of the business, all new look. So you have your new LED daytime running lamps and your turn signals up top, LED headlights. Love the way most of the interior is blacked out, except for some of that VW style that they're bringing to the sides of the actual housing on the inside for the LED headlights. Working our way down, aggressive large corner air curtains. Look at that. You can literally see right through to the other end, break on through to the other side. I mean, flows really clean. It is gloss black, but you know what? It's functional, so I'm liking it. As we work our way down, you're gonna see a little bit more gloss black and then that Monterey Blue. But I think it's been a bit of a hot minute since we've seen a very sporty, aggressive looking Tiguan. Now, as we coast into the center section, you got that Farfanugan badge, the people's car, the Volkswagen badge fully illuminates. You'll notice how the daytime running lamp actually extends from one side, the passenger side, all the way to the driver's side. Obviously with the turn signals on, they're gonna be flashing that orange color. Dropping our way down, I like the way they kind of carve out some front bumper area for the badging. You have the R badge because this is a top SEL R-Line trim, and then you're gonna have some functionality in the center there, like the way they placed the forward-facing camera. One of the things I gotta zonk though is I'm okay with this crisscross applesauce style going on in the center. What I don't like is the way that it flows down. That's obviously all fake vent. I wish they would have came up with something a little bit different, but on the bottom portion, they did it right. Nice, large lower grille opening, fully functional with active shutters, and then this nice texturized flat metallic silver on the lip. But let me know what you think in the comment section about the face of this Tiguan. I'm gonna say that most of you are gonna agree that this thing is actually looking quite good compared to the previous generations. Now, as we rise up, they carve out that top portion of the front nose area for that badge placement. And then I like the way they did the hood. It actually gives the appearance of the hood being higher and not being so rounded like a jelly bean. Gives it a little bit of muscular strength to it. Now, speaking of strength, if you want to try to lift a Tiguan in the strongest man competition, the good news is because of more use of aluminum on the suspension parts, on the body panels, this Tiguan actually weighs 170 pounds less than the previous generation. That's quite a bit of weight. Now, as we come around the bend, if we got all new bodywork, well, first of all, before we go anywhere else, I want to just show, love the way it illuminates on the side there, the IQ light. You see that on their electrified vehicles, but it's nice to also see it on the internal combustion engine vehicles from Volkswagen. It's part of their design philosophy now. Working our way down, all new wheel. Love the gloss black, the machined aluminum 20-inch wheel. Tires are 255 on the width, 40 series sidewall. Reworked the suspension, the chassis, and of course, like I said, this is 4Motion, which means that this has all-wheel drive. So it's front-wheel drive, and it will send power to the rear wheels through a drive shaft. So it's a mechanical all-wheel drive. Send power to the rear wheels to get the power to the ground, to get that grip when slippage is detected. The one zonk I have is the gloss black. I just feel like Monterey Blue looks so freaking good. I would love to have it covered all over. But the good news is, at least they didn't take it too high. Let me know what you think about the gloss black around the fender openings. As we come down the side, that's their new placement for the R badge. You do have Monterey Blue on the mirror cap, LED turn signals, 360-degree cameras. From the side of the vehicle, you could see that this is going to compete with the CR-V. Vehicles like the Nissan Rogue, the Toyota RAV4, the Mazda CX-5, the Mazda CX-50. That's the size of this vehicle. Up top, we have bright silver raised roof rails, and you do have a panoramic sunroof. I like the way they did the bright shiny metalwork only along the top, and I'm really digging how they did color match not only on the door handles but all the way down the sill. That's why I think the gloss black around the fender openings looks a little hokey to me, is because there's no gloss black anywhere else on the side of the vehicle. But what do I know? Coming down the side, good size on the quarter glass. Love the way they take the bright shiny metalwork, they flare it out like a freaking hockey stick into that rear pillar. And then coming around back, oh man, it's almost perfect. Let's talk about the good things. Nice long roof spoiler, body color with a nice kick up. Look at the lights, for God's sakes. This really elevates the feel of this Tiguan. All LED, illuminates all the way across with the red Volkswagen bag on the badge on the back. You got your Tiguan badge, SEL R-Line, and then of course on the passenger side you got your 4Motion. The zonks. Gotta get rid of the white. If you have a spoiler this far out, you gotta tuck the wiper underneath there. I mean, that would just really set it off. The other one, you know where I'm going, right? You know where we're going. What in the heck did they do back here? Why couldn't they just give us a blue painted bumper? Not digging the gloss black. It's just too much. It's just too over the top. I'd rather have some exposed exhaust. That would have been a nice touch. Let me know what you think in the comment section though about the back of this Tiguan. Still looking great. Just those two things. If we could just take care of that, we'd be perfect. Almost. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood, because I got more power and torque than the previous generation of the Tiguan. Let's go check it out. All right guys, we got the hood popped. You do have hood struts. Underneath the hood, look at how low the engine sits in the cradle up front of the frame. This is gonna help with your center of gravity with the handling of this vehicle. What do we got going on though? It's a 2-liter inline-4 turbocharged engine. They went from 184 horsepower to now 201 horsepower. If you go 4Motion like ours, you're gonna get 221 pound-feet of torque. It's bolted to an 8-speed automatic, no CVT, 0 to 60 in about 7.6 seconds, top speed 114 miles an hour, MPGs around 22 in the city, 30 on the highway. The vehicle weighs 3,800 pounds, and you could tow with the 4Motion up to 1,800 pounds. Now, if you're wondering about other trims, yes, you could get this front-wheel drive only, and basically they kind of simplified their trim setup. It's SE, SEL, SE R-Line, and then SEL R-Line, which that's what ours is. But why don't we go ahead, we got more horsepower, let's see this thing zoom. All right, guys, we are inside this totally redesigned and elevated Volkswagen Tiguan SEL R-Line, the top trim. It's amazing what Volkswagen has done with this vehicle because it does not feel like the same SUV as the previous generation whatsoever. And they really kind of brought up the level of the materials, the lighting. I mean, it's got puddle lamps, ambient lighting, exterior lighting. That's just going to blow you away. I know you're probably saying, well, Joe, what about the price? Is that going to blow me away? MSRP for the way that this one is optioned with the all-wheel drive, you're looking at $41,625. I guess the big question is, let's see how it stacks up to the competition on the interior. To the door panels, love the new style. The two-tone with that Babe Ruth baseball glove tan, the piping, the contrast stitching. You have that gloss black trim, believe it or not, actually has ambient lighting in it at night. So it's gonna illuminate nicely. You're not gonna touch it, so you really don't have to worry about fingerprints. The door handle, nice flat black around the switchgear. More stitching on the center armrest. And then that door pocket is such a large size, you could get two big Bufords from Checkers, a large checker fry, and Lori's favorite, strawberry milkshake to wash it down. And we have the Harman Kardon 12-speaker sound system. Now, going from the door panel to the dash, you can see the Harman Kardon speakers on the A-pillars, soft touch material. I know this looks just gloss black to you, but it actually illuminates at night with the R badge. Looks fantastic. You got real wood trim. You could rub your wood after a long day at work. More of that beautiful stitching, the piping, even on the sides here. This is what I was talking about. Now, as you slide on in, what are you going to be greeted to? Now, standard, it's a 12.9-inch infotainment system screen, which is pretty darn big. We have the upgraded 15-inch screen. It's got some big pluses, but it also has some big zonks. First of all, look at all the functionality. So, of course, you have your native maps. I can go home, brings up our home page. You could actually scroll through different gauges, oil temperature, coolant temperature, steering angle, which when you turn the wheel, see how it changes? Look at that. Kind of cool. Elevation, hill descent control. Really nice to have that easy functionality to it. You then, of course, have all the other usual icons. Now, one of the things that's really different with this particular generation is something called the digital cockpit. As we drop our way down real quickly, you'll notice our volume knob. But look at the way the volume knob actually has a touchscreen. So you can touch this to make changes to things. So I'm going to hit it. This is where you could change your atmosphere. So I could twist the knob, the volume knob, and it's going to go through these different atmospheres of all the different bespoke preset ambient lighting. Or you could also select your drive modes. Really ingenious to have that. Very smart. And look at that. We got it selected. We'll come up here. Here's all the usual apps and whatnot. Really nice to see. You do have massage seats in a compact crossover. No other vehicle in this segment besides the Murano has this. Crazy to think you got massage seats for both the driver and the passenger in your Volkswagen Tiguan. Of course, we could check out everything, make all your different adjustments, but I just love the graphics, the colors, the fonts, all of those different. Look, we could go to ambient lighting. Look at how you got every color imaginable from the Crayola collection. And then we could go into sound with our Harman Kardon sound system. I remember back in the day when there used to be physical equalizer adjustments that you used to be able to make in your audio system, but now everything is in the screen. And I guess that brings us to the other part of this, is that everything is in the touchscreen. You want your climate control, your blower fan, it's in the touchscreen. Here's our climate, it's in the touchscreen. It's got that little touch area down here where you could adjust your dual climate control. and your volume, but everything's in the touchscreen other than that. You want ventilated seats and heated seats, it's in the touchscreen. So that's the zonk. Let me throw it into reverse. The backup camera's large, the visual area, you got your 360. It's just on the grainy side, but you do have your trajectory there, which is nice. I could change the angles, which is kind of cool as well. You could even make it larger. Look at that. Where am I shifting? We have a new location. It's an electric shifter on the steering column. You just twist it to go into your different gear direction, or you push the end here to get into park. And then we're right back where we started. I mean, it's easy to use. It's just everything's in the screen. Working our way down, nicely located with the AC vents. 2 cup holders. You got a place for your Slim Jim, of course. And then there's that volume knob that's also, remember, where you can make all those changes in that digital cockpit. Your start stop button. You have a large area here because we have wireless charging, 2 USB-Cs, and you could put, I would say you could stack up about 10 Twinkies in there. Love the soft touch material. I can slide it, so if you want to sit like this, you can sit like that. If you want to sit like this, you can sit like that. You got that choice. Flip it up, not a lot of room. Well, there is more when you pull that out. So you got 12 volt. And then what's kind of nice about this is that without this little holder, which you could put Lori's favorite, she loves pistachios. You could fill this up with pistachios and you could get a nice super Slurpee in there. Here's a little fun tip I could share with you about Super Slurpee. So if you are on a tight budget, go into 7-Eleven, grab yourself a big gulp cup, then fill that up with Slurpee, because a big gulp is less money than a Slurpee is. And nobody will ever know, except for you and me. Seats, love the material, that beautiful Babe Ruth. They hit the Baby Ruth perfect. The piping, the stitching, full electric assist for the passenger. The pattern of the stitching, full electric assist for the driver. Of course, like I said, they're heated, they're ventilated, and massaged. And then up top, you have your power shade for your panoramic sunroof. But really nice to have that capability right there. But why don't you come over here to the business end? I want to show you behind the flat bottom wheel in this Volkswagen. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel. You do have a nice aluminum sill plate here with the R that illuminates at night. Pedal box. Aluminum brake throttle, aluminum brake pedal, and aluminum dead pedal. They did it. Hey, Volkswagen did it. Looks good, great looking pedal box. You have your accessibility for your massage seats, all the seat controls for the driver and the passenger, and you have 3 memory seat settings, which are great. Seats are comfy, supportive, and just overall feel good. Steering wheel, same thing. 2 different types of leather, perforated and smooth. Flat bottom, you got the R badge. Flat black on all the switchgear. It is a manual tilting and telescoping wheel. And then the way they bring the wood in here, just really nice. Like I said, that elevation in the feel. And then you got a full digital gauge cluster, which you could change different information that's on how it's displayed in the center. You could also bring over your maps. Look at that. Really nice to see that information, even our operating temperatures. Look at that. Looks fantastic. I mean, how great is that to be able to scroll through all that information? This is why I was telling you how they really have changed the feel of this Tiguan, and there's a head-up display. But why don't we go ahead, let's get in the back seat, because I got a surprise back there I can't wait to talk about. Let's get back there. All right, guys, the big surprise back here is that this is only a 2-row. No longer is the Tiguan a 3-row setup on an SUV. Let's just point out that that was just stupid. I mean, whoever sat in that 3rd row, I think had to see a chiropractor for the rest of their lives, because it just is so tight. So it really frees up the room. I didn't even move the seat. I mean, we moved the seat back. I didn't even have to move it forward. I mean, I'm just sitting here. It's totally comfortable. Far away from the headliner and the sunroof. They did the same great job with the stitching, the materials. Backs of the seats, I love the soft touch. You got large pockets. What can you put there? a stick. Now this stick might just be a piece of wood to you. If you have a dog, like we do, I know Oscar would love to play fetch with this stick. Back when we were kids, sometimes we had to create our own toys. And to a kid, back in the day, this could be a magical wand. This could be a baseball bat. This could be your best friend. That's how bad things were when we didn't have all the technology that we have today. This is what you played with. It could be a phone. It could be whatever you want. And that's where you're going to be able to put that right there. Oh, my favorite. Hold on. Back scratcher. Oh, right there. Thanks. It's kind of making a mess in here though. But your friends make messes too. So come on in. What do we got? Our rear AC vents. You do have the nice controls with the digital readout. Heated seats, 3 stages, no ventilated seats. 2 USB-Cs. I'm feeling good sitting back here. I mean, they really did a good job. Excellent job in here. Pull this down. Nice soft armrest with 2 cup holders. But hey, we're not done yet. We got one more space I want to show you. Let's get in that cargo area so I can take you for a spin in this Tiguan. All right, guys, time to get in that cargo area. Hit the button. Nice electric assist. I like how low the bumper is so you don't have to go too crazy with lifting things up. You're greeted to quite a bit amount of room for a compact crossover. 27 cubic feet of space with the seats up. Fold the seats down, that's gonna give us 59 cubic feet of space. Check it out. You have a 12 volt and you have a little place here where you could put a little dog bowl. I know Subaru is about dogs, but you know what? Volkswagen loves dogs as well. And so do Volkswagen owners. So you could have your little dog bowl back there, maybe with some water, maybe some snacks, some treats. Also, you're gonna have these handles, and I love these because watch this. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. They fold down, 60-40 split, bow. And then you have more room. Now this is where you can put the snacks for you, the treats. This is where you can put 2 boxes of Twinkies on both sides, 1 box per side. And then underneath you do get a spare. So that's wonderful to see as well. That's almost, the spare is going the way of the dinosaur, it seems like, in the auto industry. But why don't we go ahead, let's go the way that we always go. Let's go on throttle and see how this Volkswagen Tiguan SEL R-Line drives. All right, guys, we're inside this 2025 Volkswagen Tiguan. I have it in sport mode. And right away, I just love how everything is laid out in here. Even with the head-up display, the ginormous 15-inch screen. And what I want to do is I want to go on throttle and show you how this new Tiguan accelerates. So if you're ready, I'm ready. On throttle, here we go. Smooth shifts from the 8-speed automatic. It's definitely noticeable, the extra horsepower and the less weight. Could it be a little quicker? Sure. But still, nice to see them moving in the right direction by adding more horsepower, not taking away horsepower. Head-up display looks fantastic, very easy to just figure out what information you want and when you want it. You got all of the safety features in here, of course. And the fact that you could easily scroll through that information on the display is really, really nice. Takes all the guesswork out. You can shut your pesky auto start-stop feature right away, right at the top there, and then pull up all your other information that you could need or want. Especially, like I said, my thing that kind of just blew me away is the massage. I mean, that to me is, that changes the game with what this Tiguan is all about at a price point that isn't cheap by any means, but when you compare it to other vehicles new right now in this segment, it is mind-blowing just what they're bringing with this Tiguan. They did a good job with the rigidity of the chassis, the sound deadening material, a little bit of wind noise because of the raised roof rails, but other than that, the visibility out the front is great. It almost looks like a mini, you know, vehicle when it comes to like the Volkswagen lineup, and you think about their largest Volkswagen, the Atlas. It almost looks like a mini Atlas hood as you're going down the road. You got the 4Motion that's going to keep you planted. And with the 170 pounds less, you're able to really throw it into a corner nicely, and you don't have all that extra heft, which is great. But the seats are so comfortable, very supportive. Now we're gonna go on throttle. You ready? On throttle, here we go. 8-speed does a great job with the shifts. And being able to access the information is really nice. On the brakes, here we go. Nice. But the 4Motion does a great job getting the power to the ground. And if you notice, there's not a lot of body roll, which is incredible for this vehicle. So they really did a great job fine-tuning the suspension and giving you a compliant ride, a comfortable ride, but a ride that's also very responsive. And like I said, being able to change the information, I mean, that to me is really nice. But I think you're going to be very, very impressed with what this vehicle is bringing, especially for the price point. Steering feels good, especially in sport mode, of course. Yes, I'm having some fun. Why not? Well, I'm getting a massage. So really freaking fantastic what this vehicle is bringing. It's night and day difference. And yes, I don't 100% love that everything is in the screen. Once you get the hang of it, though, it's really not too bad. But that's still easy to reach, massive touchscreen, and the information it displays is really nice as well. Especially when you think about, you know, the different things that you could scroll through, which is nice. On throttle, here we go, merging time. Driving it in traffic, it's a good size. And like I said, the fact that they just went 2-row, I think is so very, very smart. You don't have a compact 3-row SUV. That's just insanity. But I'm hoping that this has been a good overall review of what this new Tiguan is bringing for 2025. We're gonna get back to where it all started and wrap this one up. So I'll see you in a split second. We had some good on throttle farfanugan happening with this Volkswagen Tiguan. Definitely got to thank the whole Volkswagen team for getting us access to this redesign, top to bottom, Tiguan. Now it's your turn. Let me know what you think. Is this the must-have new compact crossover SUV over all those other competitors out there? There's quite a bit, but Volkswagen brought quite a bit of changes to it. So let me know in that comment section. If you're new to the channel though, and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raised Rights family. Gotta give it up to Latte Lori. She's holding the camera in one hand and holding a latte in the other. That's how freaking good she is. So thank you, Lori, for making the magic happen. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.